Tag TV and Tag Radio. Be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. A statistically driven approach that blends numerical algorithms and expert knowledge to tame big data. The result? Software that thinks. That's right, software that helps people make better decisions in problem domains characterized by large amounts of data and short decision timelines. A fusion of conventional approaches with human expertise proven in command and control systems developed for the United States Department of Defense. Question: is artificial intelligence ready for prime time? Greetings, everyone. It's Friday, January 24, 2014, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. Up to the Tech Talk, transferring intelligent systems technology into a variety of commercial applications. Building software that thinks. As Tino dives deep into the visionary mind of Don Turner, recognized technology strategist and serial entrepreneur with a passion for innovatively growing companies. His proven track record of successfully leading startups into multi-billion-dollar public corporations spans across a broad range of technology marketplaces and 2 decades of turning around challenged companies, revitalizing established companies, and elevating organizations. Don was an early member of the pioneering technology strategy team at Booz Allen Hamilton and was with several boutique firms. Additionally, he also has been group president of a public telecommunications company, chief strategist of a billion-dollar public company where he architected the IPO, and finally, he has been the CEO and general manager for 8 different emerging technology companies. Up to the Tech Talk, Tino speaks with the leader of Veloxiti, the innovative Atlanta-based technology company that makes software that thinks. Pioneering process engineer, computer simulation expert, creator of several revolutionary methodologies, it's all about artificial intelligence, and a pioneering creator of software that thinks, as Tino Tech Talks with Velocity's Don Turner. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions.
Don, thanks for joining me on Tech Talk.
It's my pleasure. It's nice to be with you again.
Yeah, we did this in 2012, so how time flies. I think one of the first things we should do is check in and say what's changed at Veloxiti since in the past year or so, since last time we talked.
Well, last time we talked, one of the things that we mentioned is that we were going to completely rewrite our technology platform for several reasons. First and foremost, to make it more robustness and scalable. And we rewrote it from C++ to Java. But most importantly is we developed what we believe is really the first truly easy-to-use development environment for building artificial intelligent agents. Typically, building this kind of technology has been the domain of research scientists and folks working in universities. And we set out with the idea of artificial intelligence is now really ready for prime time and coming to the masses. We wanted to build a development environment where a reasonably proficient Java programmer can actually build an artificial intelligence entity. And we've proven this now several times with the U.S. Army. In a 3-day class, Java programmers are building intelligent agents after only 3 days of training. So we've accomplished what we set out to do about 1.5 years ago.
Well, that's great progress, and you guys are to be commended for that. And we're glad you're members of the Technology Association of Georgia. I think you provide some intelligence, if you will, that most of our companies can't do. And it's interesting that your move at that time was to begin to provide the services you provide outside of the military. So, it sounds like that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's nice about what we do is the U.S. military has wanted this type of capability in order to allow commanders to process more information in a much faster manner in situations that literally are dealing with, life and death timing. And we built technology that allows a commander, and we basically augment that commander's thinking, and we don't want to replace that commander. We want to make them more productive, and we take a certain part of their thought process, and we do for them what it would take 1,000 commanders to do. And that technology is really what we call intelligent agent technologies at the core of a lot of what we do. And as I mentioned, after we're going to rewrite the platform, we are moving into the commercial space. And that's exactly where we are at right now. We've got several different commercial opportunities we're working on.
So when you talk about intelligent solutions, I know that's part of your theme, and a lot of this has to do, I guess, with big data and big data processing. So talk a bit about that.
Sure. Well, we're not a big data company per se, but we make big data smarter, if you will. Most big data companies are looking at either very broad statistical analysis, deep mining of data, looking for correlations and things like that. But the computers are still computing. They're still thinking like computers. And there's a lot of situations where humans are uniquely qualified to make a decision. So a lot of big data applications can go deep, can mine the data, but you still need a human to look at it and think about it. And that's actually created a problem, because with big data right now, they're saying, I think Gartner says, half of every dollar spent on big data this year will be wasted because they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
What our technology does is it literally processes and thinks and reasons like a human would, and not like a computer. So what does it do? It does 4 things that we humans do every day, throughout the day, thousands of times a day. First off, we observe something. We then orient it in our mind based on what we know and our memories and our belief system. We make a decision and we act on it. And a lot of times our actions require us to do that again. And this is a whole concept called the OODA loop, which stands for Observe, Orient, Decide, and Act, originally developed to train fighter pilots who deal in very rapid decision-making situations with a lot of data and a lot of variable data. And we have taken that and basically codified it in what we call intelligent agent technology. So bottom line, what do? We create applications that are not like normal software programs. They're constantly running. You don't turn them on. You don't turn them off. They do have the ability to learn, and they are there to either operate independently or to work with a human. And in our vernacular, an intelligent agent is a completely closed-loop intelligent entity, electronic entity that thinks and processes and makes decisions. An associate is nothing more than an agent with a human in the loop. So particularly for military healthcare applications, they still want a human in the loop. So that's where we come up with the term intelligent associates.
Well, that's a good segue into my next question, which is, if you think about the ideal candidate for the user of this technology, who might it be?
Really, ideal candidate would be works in a knowledge-driven problem area. It's a domain where human expertise really drives success and human decisions need to be made. A lot of data, a lot of variable data. And they're also facing a shortage of experts. In either they can't hire enough of them, they can't find enough of them, they can't afford enough of them. And one of the big areas we look at is in the military, there's this term called force multiplication, where you allow one soldier to do the work of 5 soldiers. And we are doing that in the commercial world with the idea that we're looking to do labor force multiplication and allow 10 people to do the work of what 20, 30, or 40 might be able to do. And again, not by replacing them, but by augmenting them, by giving them tools that think like they do, that know everything that's going on, even know their objectives and their goals for the day, and simply process all that data-intensive information quicker, prioritize it, and says, Mr. or Mrs. Human, there's about 1,000 things you could know right now, but here's 3 things you really need to be aware of. And oh, by the way, here's our recommendations on what you got to do.
So I have time for one more question, and it's we started with talking about how you got to 2014 and the kind of impressive changes that you've made to bring the company to point to, I guess I'd say, launch. So if we're thinking about 2014, 2015, what's in the sights for your company?
2 big things. First off, continue to expand our DoD business. We're in a half dozen major efforts with varying levels of artificial intelligence technology that we're building, and we want to continue to do that. That's everything from our warfighter associate that works in a command post and assists commanders. We actually now have, and we had a big celebration last fall, we have put an entire intelligent agent, a cognitive piece of software for those that want to be technically correct. We've actually got it running on an Android phone right now, so a warfighter out in the field or a helicopter pilot can have that intelligent agent benefit and that intelligent agent knowledge working with them right there. So we're going to continue to expand our DoD business, but the biggest thing is to take that and push that technology into the commercial world, and we're looking at several clear verticals. Obviously, we're talking to a lot of different folks about vehicle collaboration. Almost every major auto manufacturer is looking at some type of limited vehicle collaboration, but we're looking at healthcare, cyber warfare. Intelligent agent technology is uniquely capable of helping to detect and deter cyber attacks. And one of the things that we're doing in a worldwide launch, and we just launched Veloxiti Asia, based out of Singapore, is fluid analysis. We can take the oil, the transmission fluid, the cooling fluid from an automotive engine, from an aircraft engine, from a train engine, and analyze it for wear patterns across our database and provide the mechanic with a greater insight in terms of what to do with that engine and when to do it than they've ever had before.
Well, Don, thanks for being part of TAG and your great work for the community and beyond, certainly beyond Atlanta, beyond Georgia. And thanks for joining me on Tech Talk today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.